This is the human heart. Central to our physical body, our survival, revered by poets throughout history as the emotional center of our being. The place we instinctively touch when asked to point to ourselves. And now, what we have known intuitively is being understood scientifically. Researchers are unlocking a new science of the heart that could change everything we know about health and our interconnected nature. Coherence is a state of balance between heart, mind, and emotions, creating a favorable cascade of neural, hormonal, and biochemical events that benefit the entire body. But this phenomenon not only benefits us personally, it affects everything around us, emitting an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 3 feet outside of the body. When you are in coherence, your heart resonates at the same frequency as the Earth's magnetic field. This frequency positively affects everything around you. When a group of people are in coherence together, this effect is magnified. Could communities synchronized in coherence lower violence, accelerate cooperation, and global harmony? This is the purpose of the Global Coherence Pulse. If we can measure the impact of thousands of people in coherence at the same time, it could lead to a breakthrough in understanding the full potential of the human heart. All you need to participate is your presence and your heart. To take it to the next level, join the research study by downloading the app and getting an HRV monitor to measure your personal coherence. The world needs it more than ever before. Each human heart is unique and magnificent by itself. But imagine what could be possible when we unify.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our Spring Equinox Global Coherence Pulse. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. As I saw all your names come on, I am here admitting everybody, and my heart just feels so happy to be able to come together in community like this, to pulse the planet with our love and care, to feel our connection with other heart-centered souls on the planet, and to know that the quality of our presence makes a difference in this world. Oh, it feels so good to be together at this particular moment. And you know what I love about the equinoxes and the solstices is it has me think about that we have the northern hemisphere, which is spring. I love all these hearts. Oh my God, that's how my heart feels right now, all these hearts on the screen. We're in the northern hemisphere, we're in spring, but in the southern hemisphere, we're in the fall. And I always love these moments when I think about how we're holding this beautiful balance all the time on the planet. And so sending love to wherever you are on the planet. I was looking as we were coming in, Austria, Florida, Norway, Boulder Creek, Spain, North Carolina, Oakville, Germany, the UK, the United Kingdom. We're all around the world coming together like this as a community. And today, this particular pulse marks the beginning of our 6th year of coming together every month and pulsing the planet with love and care and compassion and our hearts. So if you're new to the Global Coherence Pulse, please let us know in the chat that you're new, so that those of us who have been coming together for a while, that we can welcome you, because we're so happy that you're here. And if you have the Global Coherence Pulse app, get it open so that you can have your finger on the sensor, you have a sensor, you can see everybody else joining from around the world. So if you do have the app, wonderful to use it. If you don't, you can download it at the App Store or the Google Store. If Claire and Deborah, if you guys could watch for people in the waiting room and help bring them in, there's still lots of people joining us. That would be awesome. Thank you so much. So one more thing, when we're in the chat, you know, as we're experiencing what we're going to experience today together on this like first spring of a 1 year, boy, all this new energy happening, is if we feel something that we resonate with, or it's like, yes, or I really feel that, we can type 111, as many ones as we want. And it gives us a chance to see that we're being impacted together in the field, but don't have to take time to think or type while we're trying to listen or experience at the same time. So that's a really fun way for us to do that. Minute, I asked if Tatiana could join us for the Global Coherence Pulse, because I always like to have some music as we enter into these states together. And Tatiana is one of my favorite ways to do that. And it felt like for our spring equinox, it felt like for this moment of us opening our hearts to something new, us lifting the vibration of our intentions, that she would be the perfect person to bring us into a little centering from that place. Tatiana, thank you so much. Thank you for saying yes and just coming and being with us today. And you know, we love you so much, and we so appreciate the way that you bring us into presence through your presence and the quality of your music. So thank you. Whoops,
I was missing all of you.
I know.
I was missing you guys. I'm going to put you on gallery view so I can see your faces. Hi, everyone. Aw, familiar faces, new faces. Yay. Oh, happy spring equinox. That was quite a winter. I feel such a sense of lifting today, and I don't know where you are all based, but I've been in the cold of Canada, and today was the first day the sun had a little bit of warmth to it. So there's a deep like relief almost. The spring is here, and joy, and I love tuning into these seasons. Can you hear my guitar okay, Teresa? Okay. Yeah, I love tuning into the wisdom of the earth, what she speaks through her changing seasons, and this spring energy really feels like warmth, new life, new beginnings, expansion, a quickening.
You could be just a little louder, Tatiana.
A little louder? Okay, let's see. Maybe I need to adjust my volume just a little bit.
Perfect.
Is this better? Is that better, Teresa, if I go here?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, good. So I'll just start with one song and then shift a little bit into another song. And the first song is going to just bring us into our bodies, which is where I always call us home to. Yes, breathe in, breathe out. So yeah, just inviting all of us here just to soften. Take a few deep breaths, tune into how we're feeling at this turning of the wheel. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel your body, feel your soul. I know there is so much you carry. For this moment, just let go. Letting go of the winter, letting go of whatever you've been holding on to at this turning of the season, letting go. Let Let go, let it be. Let go and rest here with me. And open your heart to the beauty of this spring. Your heart remembers, your belly knows what you hold deep in your bones. Let your mind fall open, let your body awake. It's not too late. And a deeper letting go, a deeper opening. Let go, let it be. Let go and rest here with me. And open your beautiful heart to this spring. A new day is dawning, a new life beginning. Open your beautiful heart to this spring.
Thank you so much, Tatiana. Really appreciate you coming today, and yeah, we'll hear more for you. And I'm glad it's starting to warm up where you are.
Yeah, it was so
Yeah.
cute to feel the sun. It's like, oh my gosh, warmth.
I know for some people it's just been so cold, and for us here in California, it's been so hot, and all around the world, lots of people are experiencing, wild changes in the weather. And I don't know about you, but I know a lot of people in this last week or so really felt like they were just so sleepy that all they could do was just rest. And I have a sense that as the fire horse kind of charged in the beginning of this year, and then Mercury went retrograde and everything kind of slowed down, that there was a little buildup ready to launch today. So hopefully as we join together today and we lift the vibration of our intentions and presence, that little bit of a spring push helps that to lift right out of our hearts into the world. And feel it from you. Yeah, thank you. All right, we'll hear from you again. Thank you. So I'm going to bring Deborah Rozman on, and Howard. Let's add your spotlights here. Just bring the two of you in so I can introduce you. Thank you both so much for coming and being with us today. I love that we have HeartMath with us on this spring equinox. And there we go. I'm going to add my spotlight so I can see you both. You both look so bright and shiny today. I'm so happy. You both came on. It was like, wow, this is spring in the room. I'm just going to do a little bit of a bio for both of you. For those people that don't know, Howard Martin and Deborah Rozman, they are both pioneers in heart-based science and applications for living a more aware and fulfilling life. And Deborah serves as the president and CEO, co-CEO of HeartMath, Inc., and is an author of Transforming Anxiety, Heart Intelligence, and other wonderful books. Her writings and her keynotes and addresses and interviews urge us to embrace the transformative power of the heart. And Deborah really reflects that. I've had the opportunity to be with her in person and also on virtual events, and I really feel how deeply she's not only studied and explored, but has really worked to embody that in the heart of her life and in the organization. So thank you, Deborah, for being here.
Thank you.
And Howard, a key HeartMath spokesperson, co-authored the HeartMath Solution and Heart Intelligence books. He's been a dynamic force behind the Global Coherence Initiative since 2028, which the Global Coherence Pulse is a proud partner in, and advocating for global unity in the ever-changing times through media interviews and webinars. Boy, that makes us really busy, Howard, because the ever-changing times are ever-changing so quickly, and our need to be resilient and to continue to find our center in the face of whatever we're facing is more important than ever before. So thank you, Howard and Deborah, for your work in the world.
Well, thank you, Teresa, for having us. I'm honored and excited to be a part of Global Pulse today. And I want to say it's enough about us. This is about our shared experience together. And I want to welcome everyone who's here. And as I was watching the chat, I could see that people are here from all around the world.
Yeah.
And that always is really super exciting for me to see the globalness of this whole movement. And so I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you, wherever you are. And let's have a good time together.
Absolutely. And I ditto that warm welcome. And I'm excited for all of us to explore today and do some HeartMath techniques to help lift our personal and collective vibration, which actually enables us to put out more coherent heart, amplified heart into the planetary field. I love that video that Teresa shown. I haven't seen that in years, and it was so inspiring to me and just confirmed what the mission of HeartMath and Global Coherence is all about. So thank you for that. And thank you all for being here. And why don't we start by getting heart coherent together? Let's do some heart-focused breathing and intention and do that collectively and radiate that to each other and to the world. So let's focus our attention in the area of the heart. Let's pretend our breath is flowing in and out of that heart or chest area, breathing a little slower, a little deeper than normal. Just find an easy rhythm that's comfortable. Now, as we continue heart-focused breathing, let's activate our genuine feelings of appreciation for each other, for taking the time out of our day to be together, to serve together, to lift our vibration together. Let's radiate that heartfelt appreciation to each other, creating a field of collective coherence. And then as you do this, notice the energy that you're bringing to this space right now, and notice how it's changing. As we do this heart lock in and radiate our appreciation and create this ripple of collective coherence. Okay, thank you so much. And now Howard will help us learn how to increase our personal vibration and sustain it at another level.
Yeah, so here today we are together to talk about raising our vibration through heart coherence. So allow me to, set some context for that. Everything literally in existence is different frequencies, different vibrations, vibrating in different rates. That's one of the things that Einstein said. He said everything was energy, vibrating in different ways. Even matter is a form of energy vibration. This desk I'm sitting in front of, this computer screen in front of, is really frequencies that are very densely vibrating, turning into the material world. And so There are lots of ways we can look at different frequencies. There are individual frequencies and vibrations within us. There's certainly the collective vibration in humanity, the vibration of the earth itself, the vibration of consciousness itself. And right now, I think all of you would agree that we are in an interesting time period where the vibration in consciousness is accelerating rather dramatically. It always is. It always has been. This is nothing new. It's a constant evolutionary process of increasing vibration. That's what evolution is really all about. It just so happens, however, that we're living in an interesting time period here on planet Earth where we're in the fastest, most accelerated period of growth in the history of humankind. Never before have we seen this type of vibrational change, creating as much change in a short amount of time as we are right now. So it's a great opportunistic time for us, a time that we can accelerate in our own personal growth more so than ever before. It's also kind of counterintuitively the reason we see so much conflict in the world, so much what we would call incoherence or disorder. It's bringing up things to change. That acceleration is causing old to meet new. We see that, playing out on the world stage through division, through separation, through political upheaval, through the wars. All of that is all part of an increase in vibration. So it's not necessarily all a bad thing that we see. It's just representative of the amount of change that we're going through right now, which is moving the planet and our consciousness and humanity forward in very, very interesting and dynamic ways. So increasing our vibration is something that we always do and try to do. With you, a seasoned group like this of people that are taking part of their Saturday to come in here and be a part of Global Pulse, are people that have spent many, many years and a large part of your life in search of something within yourself and increasing your vibrational state and increasing your awareness, the desire coming from deep inside yourself to want to learn, to grow, and to change. And so I want to honor you for that. So through the meditations, the prayers, the affirmations, the rituals, the practices, all the things that you do, and have done, it's really about looking for a change in vibration. Now, people do that in general. That's what people do. Whether they're conscious or aware of it or not, they're looking for a different change within themselves, a different vibration. A lot of people go out to eat. They could eat at home. They're looking for something different, looking for the vibration that's actually in the restaurant experience, for example. They seek changes in vibration through the stimulation that they go after. It's all about looking for something, looking for an increase, a lift of some kind in the vibratory state. Even being part of this global pulse today is about that. It's about you desiring to have a shared experience that can in some way change and hopefully lift your vibration. You don't really need to be here to hear what I'm going to say. If you were to take your favorite AI tool right now, ChatGPT, Perplexity, Claude, any of it, and type in there, what does Howard Martin have to say about increasing your vibration? In less than 10 seconds, you're going to get plenty of what I would say about increasing my vibration, just like that. So you don't need to be here to hear what I have to say or to understand or to receive what I have to say about the subject matter. It's about the experience that we want to share together, right? So if Einstein was right, and I do believe that he was, everything is different vibrations, and that would include our thoughts and our feelings. Different vibrations in our thoughts and our feelings. And so if we think about it from that context, you can see that some of those vibrations feel better to us than others. And if you begin to look at the various emotions that you experience in your life through the course of any given day, you can begin to identify their different vibrations. That's all. They're not good. They're not bad. They're not right. They're not wrong. They're not higher. They're not lower. They're just different vibrations. So you think about that. What does it feel like to you when you're feeling, let's say, appreciation for the good things in your life? Versus what does it feel like to you when you are complaining about what you don't have, about how you're missing something in your life, about how it should be different, but it's not? What does that feel like to you? It's a different feeling. If you see it that way, just as vibrations, rather than being wrong or bad because you feel these things, it can make all of that easier to grasp, understand, and to change and to shift. So right now, think about what are some of the things in your life that you feel lift your vibration? What are some of the thoughts and the feelings that come up for you that lift your vibration? And just tune into that very briefly right now and identify some of those things. And different things in your life will facilitate or trigger different vibrations. Perhaps when you're with your child or your grandchild, you feel that, don't you? And you desire more of that. You want more of that. It lifts you in a certain way. And think about those things and honor them and appreciate them. Really recognize that they are gifts that you have coming to you in your life. But then, of course, if we want to learn, we want to grow, we have to be vulnerable, open, self-honest, and meaningful in looking at all the different frequencies and vibrations that we experience. So it'd be useful right now for you to be self-honest and think about some of the things that take your vibration down. What are they? How often do they show up in your life? Why do you still have them? When you know they'll lower your vibration. Because those vibrations in your thoughts and in your feelings determine your reality. You see, we all live in this vast field of vibration, this vast field of consciousness, where every bit of information infinitely is available to us. And we draw from that field of consciousness by the vibration that we are manifesting. In a way, it's not about our thoughts, it's about our feelings. We are drawing from this field from what we put into it, not from our mind alone and what we think, but what is truly in our hearts. So we draw from this vast field of information, depending upon the vibration that we have and resonance with what we're drawing. Then we even interpret it through the vibration that we're in. We take what we're feeling, what we're sensing, the vibrations that we get, and we are choosing to turn it into what we see as reality. Let me offer a little analogy, if I may, about how the same type of an event is experienced and seen differently depending upon our vibration. Two people, they're in love, in the early stages of love, the time in love, in the love when they just can't wait to see each other. They're excited. They just can't wait to see this other person. And so they decide to go for a walk in a park. And they're out there on the walk in the park, and suddenly, storm clouds come up and it starts to rain, and the rain's pouring down on them. And they are actually just having the best time. They run up under a tree, they're hugging, they're kissing, they're getting wet, but they don't care because they're in love. It's just something that happened, and they're turning it into a unique experience that they will go back to. Remember that time we took a walk and we got drenched, and it's like a fun thing for them rather than the rain. Several days later, separate from one another, they're going to work on a Monday morning or something. They get out of the car, they forgot they had their umbrella, and it starts raining on them. Why has it got to rain on me? This is terrible. I hate getting wet. And all those negative projections begin to start. The rain is rain. The experience of the rain is different because of what? Because in one case, they were in the vibration of love. In the other case, they were in the vibration of the drudgery of life, going to work on a Monday morning. So it's all about the vibration that we're in, on how we perceive the various events and experiences that we have in our lives. So we can learn to identify vibrations that we know facilitate us and vibrations that we know don't. And that's part of the game that we're all in right now, the game that we're playing. And it's especially important right now in how we see ourselves, how we see each other, how we see the world, and how we see life itself. Because there's so many different things coming at us right now, so much information, so much is taking place in the world, and we're constantly being bombarded by impressions, by images of what's taking place in the world. Each and every one of those has an impact on our vibration. And they accumulate over time. I was on a television interview yesterday, and it was about the the stress coming from people's perceptions of the war. And the TV host asked me, what happens when you keep seeing these horrific images, And this was a very conservative interview, so it was really about, our nervous system and, the nervous system overload people are going through, nervous system dysregulation and things like that. So my answer was relative to that type of subject matter. And I said, every time we have an impression, there's an impact that it has on us, on our thoughts, our feelings, and ultimately our physiology. And so when we see the images, if we are seeing them through only the lens of how horrific they are, rather than from a perception of that we don't know everything there is about the situation, and we identify with that and we allow that to impact us without any kind of self-regulation, it will accumulate over time, dysregulate the nervous system, create a host of problems we don't want, sleeplessness, loss of energy, attitudes that we can't shift, and ultimately things like extreme anxiety and even depression. And it all starts by how we are perceiving an event. So an exercise you can consider is watch your vibration when you're watching the news. Watching the news and we're seeing these various things, and what's triggering us? I can't believe this is happening again. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe this is going on. This is not the way I thought it was supposed to be. Blah, blah, blah. And we go through the same progression. And every time we do it, we're reinforcing certain vibrations within ourselves. And those vibrations ultimately count. So when I watch the news, or whether it's on my phone reading about it, or whether I'm watching it on television, I try to, first of all, maintain a vibration of neutrality. Observation, but not immersion in what I'm actually seeing. Observation, but not immersion. Not allowing my vibration to dip so much when my heart gets hit, when I see something that I feel this is really a tough situation for people. Instead, I try to, not always do it, but I try to maintain a higher vibration in that allows me, first of all, to see the situation a bit differently, a bit more neutrally. It actually brings out the ability to offer higher frequency compassion rather than sympathy, for example, which I think is a more important contribution that I can make to whatever it is I'm seeing. So it's an exercise you can try. Watch your vibration as you watch the news, and learn to identify the vibrations that you don't think are as beneficial, and then make an effort to shift that. I'm going to come back just a little later in our conversation, and we'll do an exercise about how we practically shift vibration during the course of our day. But everything is energy. We're all operating in this field of different vibrations. Even our thoughts and feelings are different vibrations. And if we begin to look at making changes in our thoughts and feelings by simply shifting vibration, it allows us to make those moves easier, with more flow, more ease, and more grace. So now I'm going to turn it over to Deborah, because the doorway to shifting these vibrations to me is in the heart, not in the mind. We won't think our way through this. It's a heart access that allows us to make the changes in our vibrational state that we know we want to make. And Deborah's going to talk about that, and even some of the science, the HeartMath science behind all of that.
Thank you, Howard. I think some of you, or maybe all of you, being part of this Global Coherence Pulse community, know some of the science of coherence, but it always helps to refresh it, because that is where the power, the heart power, to shift our vibration in the moment comes from. And when we can get our heart, our brain, our nervous system, our mind, emotions all aligned in actual psychophysiological coherence, that is a scientific term for that state of bringing all our internal frequencies into alignment, then our intentions have so much more power for manifestation. When we can get into that heart coherence, which is generated by getting our heart rhythms, our heart rate variability into a coherent pattern, and that is broadcast like radio waves through the electromagnetic fields of our hearts, we have a stronger impact on our cells, on our health, on our brain perception, and on our environment. So practicing personal heart coherence is the foundation of lifting our personal vibration, our family's vibration, our workplace vibration, our planetary vibration. So it comes back to our individual responsibility. What are we, as we say in HeartMath, what are we feeding the field? Our own internal field, our cellular, energetic field, and the field around us in our homes, our workplaces, and in the global field. And so learning the science of what's going on can motivate us to understand that we have that responsibility. Once we are aware that this is how it works, we're at another level of responsibility. Most of the world has no awareness of how the internal operating system works at all. No one's ever taught them. No one's ever even taught them how to handle or manage emotions. They're just victims of emotional fluctuations or of the perceptions of what's happening outside of them affecting how they feel and think. And that's just a certain level of human evolution. But we're waking up. Science, as well as the collective group field, is increasing. It's waking up to how it all works. We were not born with an instruction manual. We are here on the planet as humanity to uncover it, to discover it. And that's why having a wonderful mind is so important. But the baseline needs to be a wonderful heart, because as our heart comes into more heart coherence, it actually increases and facilitates our brain function. It actually opens higher doors of perception so we can see the bigger picture. We have more intuition. We have more compassion, understanding that we are all one. That is part of human awakening. It's not just conceptual, it's experiential, it's real. So the science is validating, catching up to what the ancient, wise, indigenous peoples, founders of religions have intuited and have seen and talked about. But to be able to actualize it within ourselves, understand the science of coherence. All of nature operates on going from chaos to coherence, disruption to order. That's throughout the cosmos. And it's true inside the human system too, how we learn and grow. We see that happening at an accelerated pace with every global news report. We go, oh my goodness, look at the chaos. If we learn to take that back into our heart with compassion, with care, with kindness, with forgiveness, with the qualities of the heart that bring us back to center, back to coherence, and actually through the heart's electromagnetic field, radiate those frequencies, those vibrations to each other. We create a powerful field of coherence. That's really what global coherence has as its foundation. And that ripple effect every time we practice personal coherence together, every time we put out love or care or compassion or forgiveness or any of those heart attributes, it's changing the heart rhythm pattern. It's changing the actual psychophysiology of the vibration we're putting out. That's why we come together to do what we do in the Global Coherence Pulse, the Care Focus, the Global Coherence app, all of the HeartMath tools and training programs, the new HeartMath app. Everything in our mission is designed to facilitate personal coherence, social coherence, and global coherence. And it starts with really understanding that it is all vibration. And as we shift back to the heart, do a quick coherence technique, a heart lock-in technique, but just focus on the heart and put out to yourself love, care, compassion. That is super important, that we treat ourselves with those same heart qualities that we want to treat others. And often we don't. Tomorrow is, I was told, is World Self-Compassion Day. So that's important to remember, that including ourselves in our heart coherent intentions for love, care, and compassion brings our nervous system, our cells into that alignment and order. And then we have more power, a higher vibration to put that out to others and into the planetary field. And as you follow the new research coming out of the Global Coherence Initiative, the Random Number Generator Citizen Science Project, all this exciting stuff that we're going to be sharing some of that breakthrough research with a new Love Unleashed event at the end of April. Would love to have you all join us for that. But all of that collectively, we're part of that. We're co-creating that. What we put into the field individually and together is lifting the collective vibration, which then draws and magnifies us more intuition, more creativity, and we co-create the next level of human consciousness together. So the science is being validated over and over and opening new doors for more and more people to do what? To go to the heart and activate that heart power that's within each of us, that heart's intelligence. And so now we're going to go back to Howard and have an exercise we can do within that coherent field to lift our vibration and learn to sustain it for longer periods.
Thank you, Deborah. All right, let me get my gallery view back here so I can enjoy seeing you all. There we got it. Okay, so let me say this before I do the exercise. I think the highest vibration in the universe is a vibration of love. Now, our understanding of love is really small. We are, in a pretty dense, existence when we're in a lifetime here on planet Earth. And part of the game of that, of course, is to reduce that density and to expand and to grow and to change and to leave something behind that's of value to others. But we're learning about love, and love is the highest frequency in the vibrational spectrum. And so I think what we all really want deep down inside is to experience different aspects of love, right? And, love is, in our languages, in our world, is a little short word that has lots of different meanings to different people. It's a whole spectrum of understanding just in the limited spectrum that we have of love. Care is a form of love. Appreciation is a form of love. Patience is a form of love. Now, there's so many different ways we can look at love through that lens. But I think ultimately that's what we all really want, right? So in a lot of groups like this, when we talk about things like vibration, people want these higher vibrations. They want to see the big picture. They want expanded consciousness. They want to have experiences. They want to have deep, deep levels of peace, for example, or they want to have an awakening of some kind that allows them to see into, the bigger picture about consciousness, about life, about a lot of different things. And so we aspire to have those things. And at times in life, they do show up. But to me, those experiences, when we have them, are earned experiences. They happen from a cumulative effort over time. And that accumulative effort occurs in the day-to-day existence that we have, the day-to-day existence. And so a question for me, a question I ask myself regularly is, am I approaching this from love or not? And it came in handy a couple of times in the past week in working in having to have some communications in business that were sensitive and that, where some things needed to be said that were direct. But in both cases on that, I remembered that. And I remember a phrase that I come to sometimes that I believe in, is that I believe that the purpose of life is to love. And so in both those instances, that came to me, and I realized that there's no other way out for me on this. This has to be dealt with through love in some way. This can't be, it's business, and that's not where love is. Business as usual, business is business, all those third dimensional, excuses for not manifesting love, that it had to be approached with love. Love had to be included in that context. And so that's kind of the way it plays out at times in our day-to-day existence. It's like, what are we really putting into whatever situation that we're in? Now, all the time during the course of any day, at any given time, there's usually something going on in the background, right? something that you've heard or felt that you don't like, something somebody said to you that that maybe triggered a vanity, or something that you know you have to do but don't want to do, or there's lots of different ways in which these things show up, and it's okay, it's normal, it's a part of life. But a way to deal with that moment to moment, day to day, to make those incremental changes that add up over time, leading to the big breakthroughs, we can practice a simple technique that I'll share with you now. The first step in this technique is self-awareness, self-observation. As mechanicality, just living our life, doing what we do, going through our day, begins to set in, take a moment and pause and ask from your heart. Ask your heart to show you, what are you feeling right now? You can do this right now. What are you feeling right now? We're all here together in this wonderful global pulse, but yet there's stuff going on for each and every one of us. So what are you really feeling at a deeper level? Now, look at it again, not as wrong, good, or bad, or something heavy or deep that you have to work through. Look at it as vibrations. When you look at it as vibrations or frequencies, they become seen as something that's more malleable, something you can actually change. Now, once you've identified that, look at the vibration or frequency you want to change. And then we're going to go into the heart and we're going to look at it like turning the dial on a radio. I know I've dated myself a little right there. I don't even know if radios have dials anymore, but they used to. And you just take that dial and you turn it right from one station to the other. You're on a station that's got a lot of static on it. You start playing with the dial and you tune in the frequency. You get a clear signal on the station, hopefully, with your radio. So look at it as we're going to just turn that dial a little bit. We're going to lift that vibration, lift that frequency. And you can do this with meaningfulness if you do it. You can do it in a short amount of time. So right now, identify something as a vibration within you right now that you'd like to change. Now, you can do this eyes open or eyes closed, but I suggest for now, if you're comfortable with it, that you do it eyes closed. I'm going to do it that way. Identify the frequency you want to change. Focus your attention in the area in the center of your chest, the area of your heart. And now commit to sort of turning that dial, raising that vibration, choosing a different vibration than the one that you know was not the one you wanted. Choose a different vibration. Casually, slowly, gently, peacefully, from a place of stillness within yourself, tune into another frequency, a higher vibrational frequency. Now, as you do that, I want you to breathe in and out through the area of the heart. Breathe that new frequency, that new vibration. Just gently, softly breathe it in and out through the area in the center of your chest, the area of the heart. Okay, if you've had your eyes closed, like I have, I'm going to open them. Now, perhaps you feel a little different. Perhaps you feel that, hey, you shifted that. You can move that frequency around a little bit. If you didn't have success with that, you didn't feel anything change, it's okay, because it's the accumulation of effort that's making the difference. It adds up. Every little effort you make like that to find a higher vibration, access it, and then maintain it, it counts. It grows within you. It gives you the great ability to do that. If you making attempts to do it on the smaller things that come up in our day to day, it also builds an inner reservoir of strength and of power and of heart connection that will make it easier when something really hard comes up. Because I'm not saying you can just take every little frequency and shift it. You know, some things have more emotional significance than others. Some are more serious than others. But you can accumulate over time the ability to do that. And then when those big things come up, you've got a better shot at it. You got a better chance of making the vibrational shift. It all relates to you making connection with your own best friend, your heart, walking through that doorway into a higher state of heart, brain, body coherence, accessing frequencies that already exist within the vast field of information that we draw from, finding some of those, breathing in and out through the area of the heart, easing that vibration up, just like turning the dial on a radio. The practical application of that would be to do it. Try it several times a day. Slow down, observe what you're feeling, look for a little higher vibration, take a minute, 2 minutes, short amount of time, do what we just did. Focus in the heart, find the new vibration, turn the dial on the radio, access that new vibration, breathe it in and out through the area of the heart, and go back into your activities, back to your interactions, back to your day-to-day existence. There's little exercises like that, taking those pauses will help. They do count. You will grow from it. You will accumulate new energies from it, and you will begin to access new vibrations that you don't even know exist yet. But it all starts with day to day, not with just our meditations and the wonderful times that we spend together in a global pulse. It's what we do moment to moment, day to day, in how we walk in the world. Okay? So I hope that was helpful and somewhat enjoyable. And I'm going to hand it back over to Deborah now. We're going to take in that experience and we're going to deepen it.
Well, a lot of that is when we try to shift what's going on, there's deep ingrained habits, and they take repeated practice and not getting discouraged, but again, bringing in the power of heart coherence, getting heart coherent when you hit a resistance, which we all are learning to self-empower, to raise our vibration to a new baseline through practicing coherence and having in that coherent state a intention to help us remember when those deeply ingrained habits of thought, feeling, perception come up. We have the awareness that we don't want to stay there. We want to turn that dial and shift it. And that just is a practice of repetition, but the facilitation of the group coherence, the facilitation of the planetary shift, all of that can happen much quicker today than it ever could before. So I want to leave, we only have a few minutes left. I want to leave a few moments in case we have questions. But right now, let's just take a minute to anchor in that realization that we've had. Let's focus our attention in the heart. Breathe through the area of the heart. Activate love or appreciation to increase your coherence. Radiate that frequency of love to each other and into the field so the Earth's feedback system can energize and facilitate our intentions, our coherence. The whole world is a feedback system. And we can learn to, through this pulsing of love, of coherence and the ripple effect, enhance what comes back to us as a higher vibration to help us manifest our intentions and make those shifts to keep our vibration up. And then we're contributing more to the world. So just take a minute to radiate that intention into the field. and help anchor it by breathing that intention into the earth's fields. And seeing that come back to us as reminders, as intuition, as prompters, as we move forward in life. Okay, thank you so much. And I think we have time for just a couple questions. If
We
any,
do the video. I think we're going to do the video now, Deb.
We have plenty of time. We're a 90-minute session, so we've got plenty of time.
Okay.
We were gonna go and talk about the event that's coming up, so maybe we can share a little bit about that, and then
Let's
we'll
do
open
that.
up for questions. All right. So, Kaylin, you can bring up. I'm gonna put some links in the chat. Kaylin, can you bring up that website for us? Before I invite you guys to share about this, what we just experienced, right, with Howard and with Deborah, you know, just by having these like practices that we can bring into our life every single day. I loved how people were saying in the chat, always good to hear this over and over again, because it really reinforces our responsibility and our capacity to kind of choose in every moment. And if you're really wanting to have some time with other people, come to this event in April. It is such a potent time to be with Howard and with Roland and with the other team, with Deborah and others. So Howard, if you and Deborah want to share a little bit about Love Unleashed before we go and do some questions.
Yeah, sure. We can do that. And I think are you going to be able to play that video today?
Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Okay, good. Let me just say that, you know, for 10 or more years now, HeartMath Institute's been doing the Global Coherence Initiative live event. And these things are growing over time. They're amazing. People come together and the vibration is really lifted. That's the whole reason for it. So we have speakers and activities and lots of things that we do at this event. This year, Deborah will be there. I'll be there. Dr. Joe Dispenza is joining us virtually. We've got some other younger speakers you may never have heard of, but they're the next generation that's bringing this work to the world. You know, Nipun Mehta and Coot Blackston and some of these people that are really, really cool that are joining us this year to be a part of the event. We're holding it again this year in Santa Cruz, California. And for those of you that could not make it in person, there's also a virtual attendance available to you. And the virtual that we do is produced. It isn't just the camera comes on, you see us. The virtual people are brought into the event. There's a facilitator of the virtual group. So we make it as globally accessible as we possibly can. And it is an event that is specifically designed to energize, work with, plan for many, many months to do exactly what we're talking about today, to lift the vibration. And that's what we do there through various methodologies. Deborah, say something?
I just want to add, I hope I've impressed on all of us how important these collective events are, just what we did today, how much the earth's field in each other as we build a standing wave of a higher vibration. This Love Unleashed event is going to be virtual as well as in person, and it really is designed to amplify all of us coming together and making a real impact to unleash that vibration of love, of higher love onto the planet. So I really, really invite all of you to participate, because we are co-creating the new world together through events like this and through coming together and hearing of the latest research and the latest new techniques from Doc Childry and HeartMath that really are designed for these times. So I hope I see you all there, either in person or online.
Beautiful. Kaylin, let's go ahead and share the video about this year's retreat.
In this moment, our hearts know something more is possible. A world where love leads the way. Join us for a very special HeartMath Institute retreat, Love Unleashed, the manifestation of love in action. It's time for love to go viral. Set at the beautiful Chaminade Resort and Spa in Santa Cruz, California, this heart-filled retreat welcomes you into a space where the warmth of community meets the science of connection. Come recharge, expand, and uplift, renewed by collective heart meditations and empowering HeartMath practices for opening new levels of personal and collective peace. Over these days together, you'll engage with an inspiring lineup of speakers and changemakers. Roland McCready reveals groundbreaking science proving what the heart has always known. We're deeply connected to all living systems. Deborah Rozman brings wisdom for transforming stress into coherence and compassion. Howard Martin shares practical ways to live with heart intelligence for clarity and purpose. Nipun Mehta, recognized by the Dalai Lama as an unsung hero of compassion, explores how AI and heart intelligence can evolve together, awakening a future where love's wisdom guides innovation. Dr. Joe Dispenza joins virtually to bridge science and spirit for transformation and healing through the power of heart-based intention. Dr. Malathi Muthu unites data, heart, and consciousness to illuminate the coherence linking humanity and Earth. Kute Blackson, beloved inspirational speaker and dynamic champion for unconditional love and authentic living. And Sai Balaji, a powerful young voice bringing the science of heart coherence to a new generation. Now more than ever, love isn't just something we feel. It's what we put into action to transform our world. The heart truly is the missing piece in creating the peace we've been missing. Together, we can help love go viral and have a great time doing it.
Love it. I'm going to add Howard. I'm going to add a spotlight.
It looks like a pretty cool event. I should probably go.
Oh my gosh. It is a cool event. And if you use the code that we're putting in the chat, I just want to make sure that you guys see that there's a code in the chat. Oops, I just sent it just to Louise. That you can right now still do the early bird. They wanted to make sure that all of our Pulse family could do that. There's also on the website, there's payment plans and things like that to make it easier for people to come. And I wondered if Louise, if you wanted to share about being there last year, and also the virtual, can I add you to our spotlight and have you share? Yeah, I just asked you to unmute. I know. I saw you
Hi
in
there.
the chat, like I was there. I know. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was there online and wow, it was very inspiring. It was like being in the room. And Steve Havel, who is a virtual host, is just so wonderful at including us in. And, certainly Deborah and Howard and the other presenters were bringing us into the room. And wow, it was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to be there again this year because I just loved it. Thank you so much, Deborah and Howard.
Thank you, Louise. Thank you. So we have a little time for some Q&A while we have Deborah and Howard here, if anybody wants to ask questions. But I'm just gonna go to gallery view just for a minute, so that we have this on the recording. And I would love for us to either use some of our little React tools, or we can just wave our hands or send our blessings to Howard and to Deborah for being on with us today and sharing these really fundamental, yeah, I love it, fundamental basics. Drew, thank you. Yeah, it's so good and so good to be refreshed again about how simple it is for us to just take a pause in a moment to choose. Howard, that's great. Wonderful. So if you have a question, I can see D-Dubs already did. You can go ahead and raise your hand and you can ask a question. Oops. She said, no, I didn't. I was just waving. So if anybody would like to share something with Howard or Deborah, whether it's just a reflection from today or a question that you might have, we have a little time and then we'll hear from Tatiana again with some music. Yeah, beautiful. That was so lovely. Thanks for sending all that love to them. A quiet group today. Hi, Leanne. I'm going to go ahead and spotlight you. Hi, Leanne. Go ahead and unmute. There you go.
Hello. Am I still
Yep,
there? Can you all hear me?
we can.
Yes.
Okay, great. Oh my goodness. Howard, Deborah, thank you so much. Howard, I loved the exercise you took us through. It really helps to explain to an audience very simply how much the frequency and vibrations that we all experience and what happens throughout the world, you can't deny it. And one of the things that I've had some questions about in my efforts to explain coherence, heart rate variability, coherence to people, is I've been reading about these averages, for different age groups, and I don't understand what those scores mean. I know that the heart rate variability does decrease over time, but when I'm reading the scores, like the normal score for an adult is, I don't have the numbers in front of me, is between this and that. And then for younger, it's between this and that. And I don't know what those numbers mean. And I was just wondering if you could add some um, understanding to that, or even if my question makes sense. I'm going to see, I put it in the mighty, and I actually asked if I could talk to um, Roland, and I wasn't given access to him because he's so busy. And I was given an article that was a little bit over my head. So anyway,
Leanne, let me suggest this for, if I may, because it would take a while to explain that in this call today.
yeah.
But if you call HeartMath customer service, right, and you ask for one of those customer service people, these people are cool. They really are. They're cool on the other side of the pillow. They're not only are knowledgeable, but they're caring. The customer service team that we have, ask them that question, and either they will answer it for you directly, or they will point you to someone in the organization where you can have that conversation. Because I want you to get your help. I just don't know this is gives us quite enough time to do that today, but that's
Sure.
my suggestion to you. So it's a little effort on your part, I know that, but just reach out to customer service and find someone there, and they will be glad to help you.
Thank you. And I didn't know if this was an appropriate format, but
Yeah.
I've been searching, so I thought I would throw the question in.
I understand.
Thank you, Howard. Thank
Okay,
you.
Thank you,
beautiful.
Leanne.
All right, Gabriella. Oops. Wait, we got to have you remove here.
I'm
You're
always
muted.
happy to have the chance to be here and join with you this beautiful time. I am from Costa Rica, and I am so excited about this new event. I've been trying to do that since almost 2019.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Well, something like that. When you started this program about global pulse, coherence, you make a course. I just wanted to enjoy it, but I didn't have money because I had a problem since I got sick for 7 years and I didn't have enough. So I asked for a scholarship. And you were so kind to me because you gave me the chance to join such a beautiful event when you start looking for people that will like to experience the experience of being into a global pulse coherence. And it was very, very good to me because I've learned a lot for myself, for my compassion, for my own compassion to heal from compassion, from love, from care. It was a very lonely time. I was very sick. Nobody visited me. And we were not too useful, and there were not enough tools for just this getting together in that time, not in Costa Rica. Well, I've been trying to keep on, and I am a scientist citizen, and I am so glad to be there because I love all what I learn all the time. I enjoy the tree research, and I try to bring one of these devices to Costa Rica, but Roland told me that it was not possible because Costa Rica had a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. And I wonder what means noise in that sense, when you need to sense from Costa Rica are trees. I explained that we have a very earthquake strongly frequency country, and I can notice that some trees knows a lot about that, especially when there are big faults in the earth. So I wanted to use that, but I couldn't that time because of the the noise. And I think that it is a very specific question, but I don't know if I can get the answer somewhere so I can take rid of the noise. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Gabriela.
Thank you for caring and for your heart. I'm so glad you're coming to the event again this year.
Oh,
great. Drew, let's see. I'm going to add your spotlight. Hey, Drew.
I'm always so confused about what Einstein meant by matter being energy.
What Einstein meant by matter, frequency, and energy, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Drew. Do you have a response, you guys?
Well, I think what Howard described, that all matter is energy. And his equation, E equals mc squared, if you speed up matter, you've got the speed of light. So everything is energy, and within that, there's different vibrations of awareness, vibrations of speed, vibrations of consciousness. It just opened the door to all the inventions we've seen since that time. And so the fact that we're now focusing on thoughts and feelings are also energy and vibration opens up the whole next level of innovation for humanity as we learn how to bring our thoughts and emotions into a higher vibration. Just think of the human potential of what could be the inner technology advances. So I think that's what's exciting about this.
I'll go with what Deborah said.
Yeah.
Thanks, Drew.
That sounds cool.
That sounds cool. I know, it is cool. Okay, how about Luke? We'll go to Luke next.
Hello, I don't have any question. I just want to share something. In summer 2019, I attended the Resonance Science Foundation retreat in down Mills Valley, or what's the name, at 1440. And it was a life-changing event. And one of my big takeaway, Roland McCready was there, and he just explained in a short time all about HeartMath and what you do. And he was introducing the new, at the time, Global Coherence app. And what stayed me with one of my main takeaway from the whole retreat was that I'm responsible for what I throw into the field. You know, it's not only about us feeling good in ourselves. It's about sending a positive vibration to the whole planet and to everybody. So, and that's very powerful, and it stuck with me. So thank you so much, Deborah and Howard and everybody at HeartMath for the amazing work you've done all these years. It's beautiful and so useful. Thank you so much.
Thanks for being here, Luke. Appreciate your comments.
Luke, I'm hosting, designing right now another 1440 event in August of this year. So I'll let you know. Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. Nice to see you. All right. We've got Grace. Oops. There we go. Hey, Grace.
Hello. I just want to say I've been to 6 of these Love Unleashed retreats, and if anyone is on the fence, jump over, sign up, because I've been to 6, whether you do in person, which is really incredible, the energy in the room that collaborates and cooperates together and manifests, it just rises you out, literally levitating. But virtual is also a powerful experience. And this year I can't be with you all because the Global Love Day is on May 1st. So I'm hosting a 12-hour marathon, love marathon. But we'll be there in spirit with you. But I will be on virtual the other 2 days. So thank you both for what you do in this world. And thank you for everyone in HeartMath.
Well, thank you so much for that and for your comments. We just have another few minutes before we have to go. But before we go, I want us all to appreciate Teresa and the team at Pulse for having done this consistently for all these years. This is an amazing service that she's done. And let's all send our little hearts and stuff to her right now in appreciation for all that Global Pulse does.
Oh, that's
Yes,
so sweet. I
thank
take
you.
it in. And for this whole community. Yeah, what a beautiful family we are. Yeah. I'd love to bring Tatiana on so that we can spend a little time with some music. Howard and Deborah, thank you so much for your presence today, and thank you for all you're doing in the world. And I can't wait to see you in about a month at the retreat and be able to give you a big hug.
Oh, thank you. Hug back.
Before Tatiana plays, let me just say one more thing. I think that Deborah alluded to. I think it's important is that she mentioned that tomorrow, I think it is Self-Compassion Day.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool that it gets acknowledged, but you know what I really feel? I feel like that should be every day.
Yeah.
That we need to recognize we're good people doing the best we can during a very interesting and sometimes challenging time, that our hearts are in the right place. And when we don't feel like things are going well or we're not doing enough, find that place inside and have some self-compassion. Make Self-Compassion Day every day.
I ditto that. I was pondering the other day the commandment, love thy neighbor as thyself. Well, that starts with loving thyself. Let's remember that. And when we can't really get into heart coherence at a higher vibration until we're bathing ourselves in that love and care and compassion, then we have more to give. And then as we give it, it comes back. So let's remember that for self-compassion and for global coherence. Thank you so much for inviting me to be here. I wonderfully felt all of your heart energy and appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's enjoy a song and then go out into the world and put some love into it.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Tatiana, now we can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just extraordinary. I'm so grateful I was here today. I've heard a lot about HeartMath through you and have been taken, and also Cheryl and Louise. But it was such a gift to hear it really explained in this way. And that practice was very powerful, very, very powerful. Yeah.
So glad. Well, it's lovely to have you, Tatiana, here. I'm going to put a link in the chat to your website, but I also want to go and look at it for a minute after you share. And I want to hear what's going on for you because we haven't touched in for a little while. And I bet you there's something really fun that we could talk about. All right?
Sure. I'd love that.
Okay. All right.
Well, I'm going to put it on gallery here. Yeah, I'm very inspired by that presentation. And so I thought we could do a song that really just continues this amplification of the heart energy. It's a song we can all sing together. And so I'll do the first, I'll go through it once and then we'll hear each other in spirit. But this is really a song to just keep feeling this frequency of love, to keep moving it through our heart, to keep shining it into the world. So it goes like this. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. And here's part 2. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Now let me hear you. Let me see you singing. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Now feel that frequency that you are calling in, that you're attuning to. Feel it building in your heart. And then we can imagine it pulsing into the earth, pulsing into our collective. You can think of something you're grateful for. Think of someone you deeply love. Think of the life you're calling in. What does it feel like? And feel that love growing stronger, brighter, and like a wave pulsing out into the fabric of this universe. You can sing a tone with me and let that tone also further carry this out. Feel that tone. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. We are ready. We are ready. We are ready to walk on this earth with love. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love. Our hearts are open, receiving. We surrender into the arms of love.
I love that one. We are ready.
You're ready.
I end up leaving the pulses singing that song every time you do that. Oh, it's so nice to see everybody's faces. We're going to go to Tatiana's website because I haven't been there in a little while, and I bet you she's got some wonderful things. So I just wanted to have Kaylin bring it up for us so that we can see. Oh, look at how beautiful. Yeah, tell us a little bit about what you're up to, my dear.
So, the Lullabies for Adults album, as you know, is out and about. It's rocking through the world right now, and it's just such a joy to have finally released this music and encourage everyone here to go listen. It's on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music, anywhere you get your music. If anyone's close to me, I have a women's choir now. I have a retreat coming up in May here on the Sunshine Coast with my partner. Yeah, we're going through this whole thing. Yeah, we got somatic. I do one-on-one sessions also mostly for women. And there's something that is not on this website yet, which is my next online women's circle, which is coming. It's called Wildly Creative Women.
Nice.
And it's going to be for any woman that's got a creative vision that's percolating, whether she's feeling that call to write a book, to sing her song, to start a business, to any way that she's being called to be creative. Women were naturally, powerfully creative beings, and for a lot of us, that's maybe been a challenging thing, actually getting our voices out into the world. So Wildly Creative Women is going to be a membership platform where we're going to show up and really support each other to do that, to do just that, to start really bringing our messages into the world. It's going to be combining, the women's circles that I do, which Louise has been to, but also with a lot of support to actually release your work into the world.
Nice.
So there's going to be twice a week gatherings where we're actually coming together and having work like supportive work parties, because I don't know what it's like for you, but I know for me, one of the things that gets in the way of me creating is procrastination, resistance, my schedule being so packed, feeling really bombarded with my social media now, like the online world. So this is going to be a space where we're really held in the container to actually be focused, and to really tune into our creative flow, and whatever that is for you. It's just going to be a really supportive space to create in. And then once a month, we'll have creative activations where we work through what's coming up in terms of actually maybe being visible or releasing our work into the world, or just even just getting the work done. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's powerful. I'm so glad. We all need that, like coming together in community and just getting past whatever's been standing in the way of us just letting our light shine. So I'm so glad. Let's flip over to the next little tab. We just got a minute left, the connection field. If you're not already in the connection field, join for free. Join with this community. There's stuff happening every single day that's like this, like coming together in community, and we're practicing coherence. The field is building beautifully. And so it's where you can hang out with HeartMath, and you can hang out with Luke, and you can hang out with Tatiana and me and everybody, and we can support each other to like really live into this. So I'm going to go back to gallery view. I want to see everybody before we go. Let's see, there we go. Look, I got a little kitten, little spring kitten. Look how cute. Aw, so cute. He's been super excited to be here with you guys today. And I love you all so much. Happy spring equinox. Take this love that you're feeling in your heart and shine it out on everyone. You know, it's the quality of our presence now is the greatest gift that we have to give on this planet. And especially as things seem hard and challenging out there, the more that we can respond with love instead of react from fear or anything else, the more that we're helping all of humanity ride through this evolutionary time with some grace. So thank you all for being here today. I love you all. See you soon. You can unmute everybody if you want to unmute. I guess I might have to do that just so we can hear everybody's voices. Unmute all. There we go.
Love you.
Yay! Love you
Hello,
too.
everyone. Love you all.
Love you.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Teresa and
very much
Thank
everybody.
you,
for
everyone.
everything.
Yeah.
Sending you love and
Bye.
appreciation.
Bye. Peace and love.
Bye,
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Love you
Bye.
all. So sweet. All right.